Alrighty y'all, so today we're going to be talking about how to remove the springs from coil spring traps if you want to replace the springs. So first step you got to do is the one arm of the spring, I guess it's called, is behind the levers. You got to take a screwdriver or something and pry it off of there so it's over here on both sides. And I'll do that real quick because it is taking me a little bit with just a flathead screwdriver, but then I'll show you guys the next step. Alright, now so we finally got it done. Finally got these springs off. Now, as far as I can see, the only way to get this thing actually pulled off all the way is to bend this a little bit, which I don't quite like the idea of because, you know, you have to change these springs every now and again. And if you do it enough times, I'm sure you'd eventually break that thing off. But see if I can find a way to put this sucker in a vise so I only bend it at that curve. Be back in a second here. Alright, so I got it out. I bent this part out of the trap. I'm going to have to bend it a little bit more to get the dog working well and all that. So now these were the old springs. I didn't like this Wolf Creek. After 1 year of use, would have the problem where the spring wouldn't come up, this lever wouldn't come up all the way. I think part of that is this lever is bent, and the other part is the springs are much weaker than the springs on the Dukes. So I'm going to take the bigger ones with the Duke spring. Take the Duke springs and put it on here, just because this trap, in terms of frame and everything, is built heftier than the Duke. So now I hope I mentioned that, as far as I can see anyhow, you got to bend this part here to pull this section off. So that means once you get it back on, you're going to have to bend this and basically readjust the dog, set it, fire it a few times, because this is just how far in or out the dog goes. So you might have to bend it inward a little bit more if you have to put your pan so high for it to hold the trap without letting it set off. So that's basically your last step. And then I know if you're four-coiling traps, one thing you have to worry about is the lame jaw might kick up a little bit if you're four-coiling them. And what I've heard will solve that quite often is if you just stick a screwdriver in here and bend it the opposite way. I've heard that'll solve it. But thank you guys for watching. Be sure to check out some of my other videos related to trapping. It might be helpful for you guys as well. God bless, and see you on the next one.